Come on now. Load the. Oh, hang on a second. Okay, first off, gotta change that name. Can't believe I didn't have that name changed. Hello, everyone. I'll get to you all in a second. Just got to share the link around. Okay. Well, there's so many songs about rainbows. Hello there, Chico, sisters, Jaden. I hope everyone's doing well. We will begin drawing in a minute. I just have to finish advertising the stream around, as you do. How's everyone's weekend been so far? Share that there. There. Oh, did not mean to go that fast. There. 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 I think that'll be fine for now. Hi, new there. Hello there, Likaya. Is the L silent? Let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. Complicate pretty good. If my kid's doing alright, can't complain. Okay, that's good. You don't have to explain why if you're not comfortable talking about it, Chico, but I hope the complicated part of your weekend starts to smooth itself out. Alright, let me go ahead and pull up the chat on my phone. It's done so far. Something I'm supposed to be. There you go. Hey, draw Blake / Frostbite Gold Hypno's Lullaby Eats Sandwich. This is not a request stream. I should elaborate right out the gate. Like, I might take a request later on, but for now I'm just going to draw things that I want to draw, if that's alright with everyone. Good, very, very early morning, Hyper. Oh, that's right. Good morning to you too, Solon. Sometimes I forget that time zones are a thing. It's literally 4 minutes past midnight. Oh, well. Well, I hope you don't keep yourself up just for my sake, Solon. You need sleep. Okay, so for our first drawing that I'm going to do here, just to give people some context, yes, your vision does not deceive you. This is a picture of Kermit with a woman on a guitar. What I'm going to be doing is I want to do a redraw of this old picture that I did a couple of years ago, back when I first made Snowbell, with her playing the guitar, singing Rainbow Connection, because, I don't know, that just seemed like something very cute that Snowbell would do. I'm going to try to remake that, tidy up the proportions a bit, have a guitar actually be drawn well. And I'm just using this as a reference because I just think it's a nice angle. I may or may not add Kermit as I'm drawing this. I'll have to marinate on that for a bit. Okay, what's up? Hello there, Ashley. Hello, Kyle. Hello, Angelo. Actually, hold on. Before anything, I probably should go ahead and pull up Snowbell's current reference. Because part of the reason I want to redo this is because you see the blue that I used for the snow outline? it's a lot more desaturated compared to like the much more, brighter blue that I use for her outline now. So I'm gonna want to borrow from that for the redrawing of this. So for now, let's start off with. So we're gonna start off with like just drawing a little rough outline over the woman here, just so I can try to nail the pose. Like I don't want to like outright trace over this because I feel like it wouldn't really fit Snowbell's proportions. I'm just doing this just for the sake of making sure I get like the proportions and the angling right. Sleep is for the week. I'll be fine. I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule by staying up all day, so I'm really tired at the time I need to go to sleep. Well, just don't push yourself too hard, Sullen, because taking care of yourself is very important. No, you are not late, Angelo. We actually just started. Let's see. That's Tori Kelly singing Rainbow Connection with Kermit the Frog. Yes, that is indeed. In fact, that is exactly like gonna be completely honest here. This moment is kind of what inspired this moment because, like for some reason, like even though I have an actress for Snowbell, Kelsey Mahir, and she is fantastic and she is adorable, but I have a. You guys ever had that one moment where it's like whenever you imagine the character in your head, you sometimes imagine multiple voices instead of the same voice over and over? When it comes to Snowbell, if it's not Kelsey's voice, for some reason it's Tori Kelly that pops up in my head. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started on the... I think the first thing I'm going to do is do the outline for the guitar here. I don't mind if it's a little sloppy because, again, it's just going to be like the reference. I'll pretty it up when I get to the actual line art. Okay, now for drawing the proportions. Draw it beside the reference and use the reference only to guide you on the pose. Yeah, that's what I usually do for the most part. I kind of cycle back and forth depending on like the pose and the complexity of it. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and mute this for now. Let's see. I'll just draw Snowbell herself here. Draw her round little cheek because she has a very rounded face. Like that's the key thing when it comes to drawing Snowbell. Like I don't know how many people aside from me and maybe friends that actively would draw Snowbell, but the key for Snowbell in my opinion is that like you want to keep the shapes, very soft and rounded because it really helps to sell how much of like a soft character that she is. And this is going to be used for her scarf, because she almost always has that around her neck. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Kat. Thank you for hopping by, gracing us with your loveliness. Have you seen the Spider Kermit video by Devil Artemis? I've seen a few of his videos. I have not seen that one specifically, but I do remember seeing some of them. I think the last video of his I saw was the Marvel Rivals one. I got a new Lego Sonic set with the Bio Lizard, and yes, I did listen to Live and Learn while building it. That's good. I mean, like, if you're tinkering with the Bio Lizard, I think Supporting Me would probably have been the more appropriate title, but, they both come from the same game, so I don't think it really matters that much. Can't stay for long, got a D&D soon, but happy to be here. No worries, Cap. I appreciate you hopping by as long as you do. And I hope you have fun with D&D. Oh, had the wrong tool there. So Actually, let me pull up the guitar real quick to see how this. Oh, well there. Oh, I think I may have made that guitar a little too big by comparison. Let's shrink that down a notch. Yeah, like I'm gonna be real. Objects I don't feel quite as guilty about when it comes to like outright tracing. Like again, obviously you want to try to do as little of it as you can, but I feel like there's certain exceptions where it's a little bit more fine, and I would feel personally feel like objects are one of those exceptions. Also, I think I made her limbs too thick here. Because Snowbell is a very petite woman. Like I don't know how well I illustrate this whenever I do illustrate her, but I usually try to draw Snowbell with like a very petite frame because I like to imagine her. It's something I plan on doing at some point, but I want to try to make like an illustration showing off how I try to differentiate all of my characters' like physiques to try to make them stand out compared to each other. And the thing that I have with Snowbell is I like to describe her as having what I call a Disney princess physique. Okay, that gets pretty close. Let's see. I want to get the Death Egg Robot set, but I'm not sure what I'd listen to when I build it. Either the Death Egg Robot theme or Eggman. Either of those are, I'd say, are like very, viable choices for listening. Say hello, hello, hi, hi, hi. Hello there, Rosie. Thank you for joining. Okay, so one layer you do the sketch, and the next layer you do the full version. Because what I do, yeah, I usually try to like when it comes to my drawings, I like to like get like a rough idea of the posing. That's why the limbs and whatnot are a little sloppy because this phase is just me figuring out how I want the pose to look, and then I pretty it up once I do like the actual line art. Okay. Okay. Now, with the Snowbell's legs, I usually don't worry about them, like how they look usually, because her dress usually covers her legs for the most part. I still like to draw them out in the rough pose just to make sure I'm positioning them right, but I don't worry about the details for them because the dress usually obscures a lot of it. That's it. Maybe I could make that just a little thinner so that the boots look a little more consistent. Have you ever used a stylus on your laptop? If you have that before, oh no, what I'm drawing is I'm not drawing on the laptop. I'm drawing on a tablet that I got for Christmas a few years ago. Hello, Smash RPG. I hope you're doing good. Okay, let's see. Maybe I can make these just a smidgen shorter, because I don't want Snowball to be like super tall because she's not short, but she is. I would describe her as being like just average height for a woman. Like I think about, I mentioned this in another server because someone, a certain someone that's actually in the chat, I believe, asked how tall she was, and I said she's like roughly 5'3", maybe 5'4". I'm kind of going back and forth on that, but yeah, just average height for a woman. All right, thank you for stopping by, Kyle. I hope you have a good evening. Is there a bug on your floor? I don't think there is. Drawing is the best. Never stop doing what you're good at. Ignore haters and keep. Well, I appreciate that. Like, I don't think I've gotten like a massive amount of haters, at least to my knowledge, but I still appreciate the advice regardless. I think the guitar could stand to be just a smidgen bigger. Just a smidgen. There we go. Let me see. Let's see, how does this look compared to the legs on the reference? Okay, so she has one knee up and the other down. Honestly, I think that's fine the way it is, because I'm not having her sit on the exact same stump that she is. Like, honestly, like, it's mostly the arms and the guitar that I'm wanting to copy. Let's see. What song is Snowball playing? This is Snowbell, not Snowball. Snowball is her brother. But the song she is playing is Rainbow Connection from the Muppets. Let's see. I made a tie 2-on-1 song for Asking Boo Ask Mara that actually goes by Green Dancing. What is Snowbell's nationality? That's a bit of a tricky thing because like I don't know if we have like specific nationalities set for Annualia. I'd have to ask Jordan. The Snow People I based largely on Southern Americans from like I say like the 1940s. Like I think the comparison that I always use when I talk about the snowmen is imagine Little House on the Prairie if they were all made out of snow. See, hello Kitty Plays. Thank you for joining. Hang on, got a message. What is this? Oh, okay. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. Okay, I'll put that away for now. Because now, everybody, I think I feel confident enough with this to where I can do the proper line art. So let's go ahead, get this back, get the blue I use for Snowbell. And Snowbell's outline is an interesting case because since she technically has like two different colors for her outline, I'm gonna be like utilizing a lot of layers in order to get the outlines to mesh well. Ooh. Don't mind that. I saw the Dogman movie, and to be honest, the Captain Underpants movie was better. I don't know if I'm gonna see the Dogman movie personally. Like, it doesn't look bad per se, but I don't really go to theaters too often anyway. So there's a lot of movies that I tend to skip out because of that. One that I'm a little ashamed that I got to skip out on, but I was able to watch it when I got added onto Peacock was The Wild Robot. And let me tell you, The Wild Robot is a marvelous film. Probably one of my favorite DreamWorks films of all time. Actually, I think the eyes might be a little too big. Because she has big, wondrous eyes, but they're not that big. Okay, yeah, that's fine. hair is big poofs. Always important to get the poofs. I think I can have her bang obscure the. You know, it's really funny when you look back at how you used to draw characters, because, like, you see Snowbell here, compared to, like, when I do, like, the earlier drawing of Snowbell, like, I feel like the bang isn't quite as pronounced back then as how I do it now, or at the very least, maybe it's because it's higher up, it looks like it's more pronounced. And I remember that, like, I used to draw her nose, like, super smaller compared to how I usually draw her nose now. Now it's a little bit more bigger. Oh, some bit of rain there. Let's see. My movie for 2014 was Topadias and the Arcane Merchant. Thomas and Ant. Gonna move this here so I can see it better. Also, might be closer to the mic so people can hear me. Took 10 years to make, all done by one person. That is ambitious, I'll give it that. I probably would be more enamored with it if I was a Thomas fan, but I'm not. Like, nothing against people that do like Thomas. You know, you like what you want to like. It's just something that never really, like, enamored me, if I could best explain it that way. Let's see. A braver man than I, line the eyelashes from outside to inside, and I say that with genuine admiration. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Shiro. I actually just noticed that you popped into the stream. Welcome aboard. Shiro here, for people that don't know, they are the artist that illustrates for the Super Mario Adventures Continued dub that you see on my channel. Shiro is a lovely person. Be sure to give them some much needed love. I did see Transformers 1, which I thought was probably the best one in the franchise. I really should watch Transformers 1. Like, I'm not, like, a massive Transformers fan, but I've been told that, like, that doesn't necessarily have to. Like, you don't have to worry about not being super into Transformers to enjoy it, is the takeaway that I get from it, which, I appreciate. Like, all of my exposure when it comes to Transformers is mainly through whatever clips I've seen of the first gen and Transformers Prime. Like, I honestly really like Transformers Prime. I know nowadays it's a little bit more. I don't know if I'd say outright divisive, but it's like it's not quite as revered as some of the other incarnations, but I still personally enjoy it. What does Snowbell think about springtime? Oh, she loves springtime. Like the thing is that like she really wants to like explore a lot of the world and enjoy a lot of the world. But the thing is she needs a very special medallion in order to go out into the world and explore because otherwise she'd be prone to melting. Hello there, Kilo. And it's funny, a lot of people saying there are things about Sonic 3. I did not get a chance to see Sonic 3 in theaters. I only saw it like when it went digitally with a couple of friends of mine. And yeah, I liked it. Like, I don't think I was as in love with it as everyone else is. I will concede it is probably like the best of the Sonic movies. But yeah, that's just like I still enjoy it regardless. I am glad that a lot of people are enjoying it. Hang on, I might need this up again. I need to see how she held that guitar. Who says that every wish will be heard and answered? So is she just Olaf from Frozen? Part of me feels like I should be offended by that comparison. But no, it's like I don't think it's quite that much. Like she does eventually, like she's not as ignorant as Olaf was. I say ignorant in the sense of like she knows what will happen if she like goes out, into the world unprepared. Because like that's the thing with Olaf and Frozen. Like he was not aware that he would like melt. That was like part of the big gist about his song when like he was like blissfully unaware of it. And that's still probably one of my favorite moments from Frozen. Like near the end of the song when he's singing, just cuts back to like Kristoff and Anna. It's like, I'm gonna tell him, don't you dare. I'm kind of sad that I Am All of Me wasn't in Sonic 3. Well, to be fair, that movie borrows a lot from Sonic 2 specific, not Sonic 2, from Sonic Adventure 2 specifically. So I didn't really expect them to have like that much callback for Shadow. At least like in terms of like a primary callbacks to Shadow. Do you have any tips on people when trying to dub comics? I plan to make 2 huge comic dub videos this year, and I'm trying to fit with the VA dubbing popularity. Honestly, the best suggestions I can give for you as far as like making comic dubs go is just don't be afraid of failure. Like in a sense of like, you're bound to have like a couple of stumbles along the way, but those stumbles will be very helpful for you in the long run to help you improve on yourself and just just to overall hone your craft. I would say it wouldn't hurt to like observe other dubs and see how their process goes. Obviously, you don't want to like outright imitate them. You want to make your own flavor, but it doesn't hurt to check out how other people do it. If for nothing else, than to like make sure you get a solid idea of like how you would want to pace your videos and whatnot. I kind of have a very unorthodox way of making dubs compared to a lot of my mutuals, where I tend to do all of the audio first before I actually go and bother with the video editing. Which I guess, depending on who you talk to, is a bit weird because they usually like to do them both simultaneously. Yeah, I mean, there were clever references, like the fact that like there was a lot more like there was a lot more foreshadowing to it than I would have expected. But I still feel like, considering the story it's adapting, it's not like a necessity, if that makes sense. And I feel like there we go. All right, you have a good evening, Jane. Okay, now for like perfectly straight lines, I want to pull out the line work tab. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La da da dee da da do. La da 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 dee da do. I know singing is like the literal last thing anyone wants to hear from me, let alone here on the channel, but sometimes you just got a mood and you just gotta pull on that mood. Hang on, wait a second. Yeah, that should be a little bit more towards the center. I don't know why I did that there. Let's see, let us. I think that'll do. Have you been half asleep? And have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. Just follow the mood. One time I got so mad at myself for stumbling over my English, I did an entire stream in French. You know, that is admirable. If I knew languages like that, I probably would follow suit, but I do not. If there's any song I want to sing with all my being, it's Shadowbringers. I do not know that song, so I will take your word on that. Um, okay. Actually, I think I could get away with doing the line art on this again. Let's see. No curve in. Okay, I think that will do it. I also saw Mufasa, and I was like, okay, good game. This is bad. Yeah, I don't have a personal like opinion on Mufasa. It's like I'll give it props that yeah, I probably should go ahead and add in the like I'll give it props for not being another like retelling of a different like established film like a lot of the other remakes do. Like I'll give it it's at least trying to be its own thing, which I do kind of appreciate. But yeah, considering this is modern Disney, it you can only have so many saving graces with it. Let's see. Let's see. All Disney cares about is money, while Sega actually listens to the fans. I don't know if I want to give like Sega too much credit, to be honest, because like I say this as someone that has like grown up with the franchise for a while now. They're not above. They're not above having their own like brands of idiocy here and there. Like Thankfully, they're getting a lot better about it, but they are still perfectly capable of fumbling the ball should they choose to. Just a matter of hoping they don't. Oh, didn't mean to go that far. Let's see. Has Marvel Rivals also taken over your life? I try to give Marvel Rivals a fair shake, and I respect a lot of what it tries to do. The problem is that I am not good at the game. I am not a big proponent of like shooters to begin with, so I had all of the disadvantages in trying to get to that game. It's like it just like I was genuinely frustrated trying to get into it, which is a shame because like in isolation, I like a lot of what it tries to do. Like I think its art direction is just top tier, and I like a lot of the character decisions that it's been putting in and whatnot. Why did I pick marker instead of pen? So there's definitely a lot I like about it. The problem is that like it's tied to a genre that I don't have like a whole lot of comfortability. Like I'm not a shooter person. I guess that is the more apt way of saying it. What was the last movie Disney made that you thought was good? Not counting Pixar films. For me, it was Zootopia. As far as like just straight up Disney films go, I'd have to really think back on that because I like the first Moana. I have no interest in seeing the sequel because I've heard it's not that particularly good. But I'm trying to think of like if there was anything that came out after Moana that caught my interest. You know what? I'll say this: like for all the flack that a lot of people give, like the Disney live action rehashes, I actually genuinely loved Christopher Robin because it felt like out of all the rehashes, it felt like the only one that had like any actual respect for the source material, and that it's just genuinely charming. To be honest, I'm not a Disney guy. Sorry. I mean, that's fine. No one says you have to be. I mean, just because there are a lot of us that do enjoy Disney doesn't mean that you have to force yourself to be. If it's not within your interest, you should never have to apologize for it. You know, I don't know about you folks, but I'm feeling pretty comfortable with how this is coming along so far. Like, feel free to disagree with me. Like, I am capable of capable. I am one to admit that I know my art style isn't for everyone. Like, I appreciate all the people that enjoy my art, but I am not naive to think that it is, like, fully acceptable by people. Like, not also helped by the fact that I am friends with a lot of people that I would classify as much better artists than me. Like, I would definitely, like, recommend checking, like, a lot of the friends, like a lot of the people that I usually hang out with or like take the time to actually like share their art around. Those are the people that I think really deserve to have a following for their art. Okay, it's looking cute so far. I think your style is cute. Your style is amazing. Well, thank you. Like again, it's not that I don't appreciate the people that do like it. Like it means the world to me. I'm just saying like I'm not trying to like delude myself into thinking that I stand toe to toe with a lot of the better artists. Like I have enough awareness of that. Like I'm doing this because I'm having fun with it and I love my characters. I am fully aware that those are the only things that really matter to me. I never noticed that Snowbell wears Wellingtons. Oh, are you talking about the boots? Oh yeah, she's always had these like big work boots. Well, I say work boots, but like she just has like whenever I draw her, she usually likes to have like these big old boots of hers. So like since she lives in a terrain that's like eternally snowing, it helps to, wear them so she can traverse around. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? And what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La da da dee da da do. La da 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 dee da do. There we go. Look at the little baby. She's coming along well. All I have to do is add in the details for the guitar. I'm loving the line weight. I still struggle with that dang death grip. Well, thank you. It's like, honestly, like, I never really took a lot of time to really think about how I do line weight. And, like, just to see, like, I think one feedback whenever I talk to, like, my more I really want to say more talented, but I don't want to be too deprecating. I'll say more experienced art friends. Like, anytime they look at my art, like, the one consistent bit of positive feedback they always give me is that they always think that my line art looks very clean. And it's something that I never really took a lot of time to really think about. Like, what do you guys think? Like, would you agree with that? That you'd say, like, my line work is, like, really clean? The idea of how you made your characters is truly an inspiration for me. I understand why you love drawing. You own characters. It's really good to draw a reference you want in your OCs. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, honestly, like, it's really funny thinking about it because, like, I think I've told this story before, but the story with Snowbell is that like I initially made her because I wanted Hector to have like a secondary character to interact with when Jordan made him. And I had this idea of like a we both had the idea of like him having like a snow person as like a air quotes rival character. And so I whipped up Snowbell's initial design because I felt like I made her to be like an antithesis to Hector in a lot of ways. and they really liked what I drew, but they felt like it wasn't like entirely what they were initially wanting for like a snow rival for Hector, and that's what ended up making us make Bally and Flaky as Snowbell sisters. But it's like ever since I started sharing Snowbell around, showing her interacting with Hector, like the response, the reception that people were giving Snowbell was just insane to me. Like that is one thing that I would definitely like not have expected whenever I try to like dabble into art was the fact that I would actually make a character that like so many people resonated with because I kind of grew up having like very low confidence in my art, like always being told like maybe not like told to my face, but basically insinuate that I'm not like incredibly artistically talented. And so that kind of stunted me from doing art for the longest time. But like ever since I made Snowbell and been getting like a big following because of that, and ever since making the other characters and whatnot, it's kind of like reignited my confidence in being an artist. And I'll still admit that I'm still not like an outright amazing artist. Like I appreciate people that say I'm good, but I am self-aware enough to know that I'm not like amazing. But the fact that there are so many people that still like really resonate with the stuff that I put together, it genuinely means a lot to me. That all of you loving Snowbell as much as you do genuinely means the world to me. Uh, Hector. Yeah, when I say Hector, I'm talking about Hector Scarebrow. He is the Scarecrow character that Jordan made that Snowbell interacts with. Okay, hang on, let me pull up as a this guy right here. Like if you've seen this guy around, whenever Jordan draws him or whenever I draw him, this is who I'm referring to when I say Hector. All right, now on to guitar details. Oh no, I meant to move this. Have you been half asleep? And have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that sounds the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I apologize in advance for like I should already apologize for my bad singing, but I apologize if that song in particular you might get sick of hearing after a while. A full disclosure, before I decided to do this stream, I was watching a Muppets ranking video, and I was reminded of how much I love the original Muppet movie. And that is kind of what inspired me to want to redo this particular piece of Snowbell on the guitar. You know what? Hang on. Because this is something I need to get more into the habit of whenever I do doodles. Have a grayer background as opposed to like pure white. I see a lot of artists like try to avoid using purely white backgrounds, and that's something I really need to get into a habit of as well. Oh, and I also hear puppers. Hang on, I will be right back. Sorry about that. There was a disturbance with the dogs. But the disturbance has been quelled. Let's see. Was it a ranking by the Funny Crab Man? It was indeed by the Funny Crab Man. He is he's a person that I've been like watching a lot more of as the years go by. Like, you guys ever have those kind of people where you kind of put them on whenever you just want something to listen to while you work? Like, he's one of those people that I like listening to whenever I do work. Uh, I don't think that's how you do guitar strings. Hmm. Well, you know what? It's not meant to be like super. My art's not super detailed anyway. I don't think people will care if it's not entirely accurate. I mean, it's a woman made out of snow playing the guitar. I don't think people are gonna strive for like exact accuracy. At least I hope to God they don't. Actually, wait a minute. I should have these connecting down here. Man says I shouldn't worry about accuracy, then goes to the trouble of saying I should probably have these in the accurate position. There we go. Let's see. Sorry, still new to this channel. No worries. Hey, I chose red versus blue and just leave it going for a long. Completely forgot to charge my phone until it dies mid-season. Oh. Fried water. Let's see here. Okay, I think that should do it. Alright, so we got Snowbell with her guitar. I think that's coming along really good. And you know what? I said I may or may not do it. What do you guys think? Should I... Wait, wrong one. What do you guys think? Should I have Kermit sing here with her? I'll, I'll give a wait to see if people want Kermit or not. Let's see. I see 2 yeses. we draw funny frog. Sure, why not? Okay, it seems overwhelming so far. So let me see. So first off, because I want to keep heights consistent, and because Kermit is canonically very short, Muppet Canon is very important, I'll have you know. I'll shrink him down a peg. Like I think. Oh. There we go. I think what I'm going to try to do is, unlike Snowbell, where I put together a... Unlike Snowbell, where I put together like a rough draft to figure it out, I'm just going to try to eyeball Kermit in his entirety. Because what could possibly go wrong with that? And I apologize if Kermit looks a little bit off in the way I draw him. Like, he is a character that, no joke, I've only drawn, not counting this, twice in my entire life. Let's see. Better head off for a bit. If I return by the time the stream is finished, then I'll see you later. Okay, you have a good evening, Ivan. Oh, gotta stabilize it. Then just a smidgen. But let's begin. Describe the day you played Berlin. We rehearsed and then we walked about. We had bratwurst and sauerkraut. That night at dinner 3, were you inside the Portman Gallery? My riba is watertight. The audience saw me sing all night. I was on stage that whole time. Ask who sang Rainbow Connection. That eye is smaller than the other. That needs to be fixed. Nice. Actually, is okay. Yeah, they're both on the different layer. Doing this because I want to have a fresher outline. Is that Kermit? That is indeed Kermit. Might be a little bit tubby, but then again, we respect tubbiness in this household. It's really funny to hear people say Muppet so nonchalantly, because here, Muppet is a funny way of calling someone an idiot, like you bleeding Muppet. No cap, I actually have a Kermit puppet. That's cute.
How many toes does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4 toes on each foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now for the other one.
There we go. To better sell the illusion he's crossing his legs. That's solely the excuse I'm going with. Dogs. He's a plumpy guy. He is indeed a plumpy guy. Rotund, even. It's an illustration Kermit makeup to make people think he is.
Now, Kermit, I want to say he also has just 4 fingers. You know what, we'll just for the sake of this. There we go. He has tiny hands. And, we'll just pretend that's his tongue. Been a while since I've seen his tongue. There we go.
Actually, I think I might have made Kermit too small.
And I'll compensate by shrinking Snowbell just a tinge. There, I think that should work.
There we go. Let's see. Can you do a Kermit voice? Well, I like to think I can attempt a Kermit voice, but the Kermit is in the ear of the beholder. Let's see. Let me check something real quick. Because I'm seeing messages upon messages. Okay, that's just relating to a different project that some friends are working on. Okay, there we go. That's our first doodle for tonight. Took us all of... Where's the timer I have on there? An hour to make this. It's the Muppet Show with our special guest, Miss Snowbell. Yay! It's... Okay, now let's just see what to do for Doodle 2. Oh, hang on. Sketch 1. Back. So it doesn't get lost in a sea of numbers. Oh, hang on a second. Sorry about that. Are we gonna end the stream? I don't want to end just yet after just one doodle. I think I want to do at least one or two more. What's your best Muppet impression? I feel like the one I feel the most confident with is Gonzo. And even then, like, I think the only Gonzo I could do is, like, the early days Gonzo, you know, back where his voice was a little bit more erratic. You know, it's like,
Ladies and gentlemen, before your very eyes, I will eat this tire to the flight of the bumblebees.
I just noticed how in the hooky is Snowbell able to play the guitar with bloody mittens on. We don't question Annualia. Let's see, how about Wario on a skateboard? The way I know the skit you're referring to. Let's see. Now, you know what? I'll do that. That will be the stream request. Wario on a skateboard. Let's get this started. I'm drawing big, thick arms for Wario because he has big, thick arms. I like putting a folder there so I don't accidentally merge layers. Is Wario crazy? No, he's just misunderstood. That's Wario's legal defense. He's just misunderstood. Okay, so first order of business with Wario. The schnoz first and foremost. Need perfect jacket, miss. I
got lots of money, and no one can have it right now. I earned it fair and square by stealing it from everyone else. That's just my job. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Can confirm it's impossible to draw either Wario or Waluigi without going why. Why is Wario so crude and rude?
'Cause that's just how the Wario is. It's the way the Wario was. And Wario's not gonna change for anybody, so you better get used to it, baby.
Oh, excuse me. Well, since we're talking about Wario stuff, I guess I could ask, like, how's everyone feeling about us getting Wario Land 4 on Valentine's Day of all days? He called me baby.
The general you, not the specific you. Get your mind out of the gutter, people. Wario, remind everyone to buckle up. Because if you don't, when you crash and burn, I'ma steal all your money while you're unconscious.
Let's malform that line a bit. There we go. Oh, wrong one. Meant to rotate. I think I'll draw the circle first.
Isn't that his greatest achievement?
Oh yeah, guys, oh god, my stomach.
Let's see. Oh, hang on.
I know canonically Wario has 4 fingers, but for this instance, I'm just gonna give him 3. Wario has 5 fingers canonically, but in this instance, I'm just gonna give him 4. Wario, what is your thoughts on Robot Dreams?
I didn't know robots could dream. I should probably ask Mike about that sometime. See what kind of pathetic dreams he has.
Oh, oh boy. He reminds me of da 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 da.
That makes me want to be his speciality.
I have the dumbest thoughts sometimes, I swear the Lord.
Dun, 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 dun. Sweet, sweet, you're so sweet. Sweet, sweet, you're sweet. Let's scoot this up a bit so that his feet are a little bit more even on it. Okay. Actually, hang on. I'll bring the skateboard just a little bit more. That'll do.
Particle. What am I doing with my life?
Hang on. Want to specify? Okay, I think I have it in me for maybe one more sketch. Just gotta figure out what I want to do. Before I do, what is just I hope everyone's holding up in there. Like I can't tell because I don't know if the chat's frozen or whatnot, but I know things are probably slowing down a little bit. I apologize for how long the first one took, even if I am fairly proud of how it turned out. Let me see here. Testing chat works fine for me. Okay, so like that, I think that I think the chat does work. It's just that people just they're not having a whole lot to say, which is fine. You know, it's fine. I just wanted to make sure that everyone's okay. Let's see. I think the last thing I'll draw for tonight will be. Hang on. First off, I can go ahead and close out these. I think the. What would be the next thing I want to draw? Ooh, I know one thing. Second. Could I have a reminder on the rules of what to suggest? I think right now, like, I think the Wario one's the only stream request I'm gonna take. I'll try to be more open to them in future art streams, but for now I want to keep them to a minimum. Hey, Jordan, where's... Oh, hey, Jordan, how are you? Actually, you know what? I think I'll do... I think I have an idea for something now that Jordan's here. I'm gonna make them a little special something. Let's rotate the dimension. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about work. I hope the rest of your weekend goes well for you.
I'm sure it will. We'll get almost a foot of snow tonight and tomorrow. Okay, well, just be sure to stay safe. Like, because I know that level of snow is no joke. Oh, wrong color. You got. See, that'll do for now. There we go. Sweet, sweet, so sweet, sweet, so sweet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go from singing Rainbow Connection to Sweet Passion of all things. It is indeed, dear girl. I've felt like drawing Mimi since you're here. And it's also just a reminder to a lot of people, like, I think most people that are familiar with my channel probably have already, but for those that are just tuning in and are not familiar with it, please go check out Tales of Annualia. We released the first episode of it like a couple of weeks ago. At the time of recording, I am still in the middle of working on episode 2 of it. It's coming along good so far, and Mimi's a sweetie. She deserves the world. But yeah, like as far as the stream goes, Jordan, yeah, it's not quite as like in terms of quantity of art, it's not quite as productive as it has been. Like the last one you were with me, I was only able to get out two. This one, which is a remake of one I did with Snowbell, with her singing Rainbow Connection, and I added in a little Kermit because the viewers really wanted that. And then as a stream request, I got
Radical.
actually hang on. There we go. Let's see. I think I'm feeling content with this. How's everyone feeling? How do you feeling about this batch of doodles that we did for tonight's stream? All right, I'm glad you guys are liking them. And I don't know if I got the opportunity to say this, but Shiro, thank you again for popping by. Like you showing up was a genuine surprise that I wasn't counting on, and it's delightful having you here. I mentioned it before in like passing to a couple of other servers, but I'll say it here in a public sense. Like Mario Adventures Continued is one of my favorite projects that I've done for my channel. And the work that you guys put into it is a big part of why. Like you guys are constantly hitting it out of the park. Like especially with the pages that are currently up right now of the current issue. It's a wonderful life. I'm loving everything that you're putting into it. Like I'm really looking forward to whenever we eventually make that dub for the channel. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and stop the stream right there for now. Thank you again to everyone that stopped by. Thank you for the lovely bits of encouragement and for the fun times. I think the next time I stream, I might switch back to doing some gaming stuff. Maybe with a guest if I can drum up anyone to do that with me. But yeah, until next time, thank you all for watching. Thank you for stopping by. Again, thank you all again for the kind words. It really means a lot to me to hear people really supporting my art. And yeah, I hope you all have a good evening. Bye-bye.